Volkswagen have a new electric car that they have just announced that nobody is talking about. It's actually got very, very similar specifications to a Tesla Model 3. So here are the details, and here is what it costs. The price, honestly, is simply incredible. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you here. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. I hope all 64,000 of you have had an awesome week this week. I certainly have. But my brain is completely fried right now. Why? Because I've just spent about 4 or 5 hours researching what Volkswagen is doing all over the world with all its electric car plans, its joint ventures, its different factories, its different battery plants, its different battery chemistries. Wow, brain fried. Brands and JVs, and honestly, it's literally a shitstorm what is going on at Volkswagen. Now, I kind of understand why they're doing what they're doing, but frankly, I've got a video coming soon on exactly what Volkswagen's plans are, what is going on with their factories, their battery factories, their joint ventures, their partners. Honestly, it is incredibly confusing. It's like this incredible patchwork network, like a spider web of entanglement. I'm not sure if it's good or bad. But video coming soon on what they're doing, what their plans are, and whether or not I think it's going to actually work for them. Of course, I need to point out before I make this video and show you this car, that Volkswagen's number one global market is not Europe. In fact, it's not even close. Volkswagen sells considerably more cars in China than it does in Europe. But their market share, they've been number one in China now for more than a decade. However, their market share is falling very, very fast in China. And apparently, a lot of insiders say this will continue. However, this Tesla Model 3 fighter from Volkswagen is, well, owned 75% by Volkswagen. Now, Volkswagen actually has 3 different joint venture partners in China. It has a partnership with FAW, it has a partnership with SAIC, and it has a partnership with JAC. It only owns 40% of the partnership with FAW, it owns 50% of the partnership with SAIC, and it owns 50% of the partnership with JAC. So I believe more than likely from the investments we're seeing now that Volkswagen is going to prioritize these electric cars that they are manufacturing. Well, they're now calling it Volkswagen and we. So they're not even calling it a joint venture anymore. Clearly, JAC said that's fine. You can call it whatever you want to call it. If you want to just call it Volkswagen and we, that's fine. And so that's what they're doing. And they're building a huge, massive electric car plant in China. Apparently, it's about 80% finished. They're building a battery facility next to it. By the way, Volkswagen said they're building this battery facility. It's not really what it sounds like. It's actually a battery pack facility. They won't manufacture the cells there. They'll manufacture the packs there. And then next door, they'll take the packs next door and put them in the electric cars. So this is where that car will come from. I believe, based on Herbert Diess's comments, Herbert Diess is the CEO of Volkswagen, that it's very likely cars from this joint venture, or from this primarily Volkswagen-owned company now, that are built in China will actually eventually be sold all around the world. One of the key reasons, this is one of the only cars, in fact, it may be the only car right now, Volkswagen sells anywhere on the face of the planet with lithium iron phosphate batteries. And that is a huge advantage. Just look at the cost increases in batteries this year. Massively gone through the roof because of the cost of nickel. Lithium iron phosphate batteries don't have nickel. This brand called Seehao that Volkswagen own make cars that predominantly use lithium iron phosphate batteries, which is a huge advantage. Also considering the fact that Volkswagen now are the largest investing partner in one of the biggest battery companies in the world, Goshon High-Tech. Goshon High-Tech are working on incredibly advanced lithium iron phosphate batteries, which will have an energy density of 220 watt per kilogram, making them by far the world's highest energy density lithium iron phosphate batteries. Imagine them putting those batteries into these vehicles, shipping them over to the US or to Europe, maybe not the US because they have to pay a 25% markup on vehicles from China, but they could potentially ship over the parts and the packs to America and then assemble them in America, enabling them to avoid a lot of those taxes. But clearly this will be one of their main hubs. And I believe that Volkswagen's plan is to do something like Tesla, right? Manufacture the cars there in China, using these advanced lithium iron phosphate batteries and using, well, very, very low costs of manufacturing by using LFP batteries, and then ship them out to countries like Australia, Japan, Southeast Asia, India, South Africa, the UK, maybe even Canada, and also Europe. This would make a lot more sense, surely, than manufacturing them at plants in Europe where, well, Volkswagen have admitted to the fact that they don't make money on their EVs right now. How do we know that they can make money from this car? Well, we know that they can because the price is $20,000 and it has pretty much the same specifications as a Tesla Model 3. So even if they jack the price up by 40%, people would still pay that based on electric vehicle sales right now, right? In other countries outside of China, I'm talking about, people will not pay that price in China. They will outside of China. So that to me seems like a very smart strategy. Now let's have a look at the car. These are the first pictures worldwide of this vehicle, and it's branded under the Seehau name, which is the brand that Volkswagen now own under their JV with JAC. Now it's going to be called the Seehau A-Power or Like to Run. And the model name is the E50A Pro. Now this vehicle is actually now officially on sale for pre-orders in China right now, with a starting price of 130,000 yen. So literally you can pre-order one of these right now for $20,000. It's almost exactly $20,000. I've got to say, it looks significantly better than any other electric vehicle Volkswagen currently make. You've got to say, this looks way better than the ID3, the ID4, the ID5, the ID5 GTX, whatever they're called. To me, this is the kind of car I think people would see it and go, that's a cool looking electric car. I don't think people say that about any other Volkswagen electric vehicles. They do say it about Audis, but not Volkswagen. Now, the interesting thing is here, this car looks very similar to two other electric cars that Volkswagen make under the Seehau brand. One of those is actually a very, very popular electric vehicle, and it is Volkswagen's cheapest electric car on the face of the earth. It costs $6,000. Seriously, has a 300-kilometer range. That, my friends, Herbert Diess. Come on, mate. I'm putting my hand up for one. Ship them everywhere. Ship them everywhere. I don't understand. Why aren't you selling these in Europe? $6,000. If you can make a profit selling for $6,000 in China, sell them for $16,000 in Europe, and surely you can make a profit. Anyway, would you buy one of these cars? It's 3.6 meters long, this little hatch that Volkswagen sell in China, 3.6 meters long, has an LFP battery and costs only $6,000. Seems to me like a really brilliant car for the price. Now, as you can see, this vehicle from Volkswagen has a fake grille, and they've done it really well. Whoever designed this car, front, back, side, whoever it is, give them an award. I really like the look of it. In terms of body size, length, width, and height of the car are 4,770 millimeters, 1,820 millimeters, and 1,510 millimeters respectively. Overall, very, very similar in dimensions in size to the Tesla Model 3, slightly longer, but overall very, very similar. So for $20,000, you've got to say, it's an absolute bargain, even if that is the base model. Still, what about the battery size? The car's actually equipped with a ternary lithium battery pack, not a lithium iron phosphate battery pack, surprisingly, which comes with 64 kilowatt hour of usable storage. It also comes with a single electric motor with power of 142 kilowatt and 340 newton meters of torque. That gives it a 0 to 62 mile per hour or 0 to 100 kilometer an hour time of 7.6 seconds, 0 to 100, and a top speed of 142 kilometers an hour. Now, one of the things where Volkswagen has fallen behind in China, and one of the reasons why they're losing sales, is their infotainment. The Chinese say on numerous websites all over China, so you can, this is not really me, I'm just regurgitating this information as to why Chinese consumers are saying they're buying less Volkswagen, is because they're falling behind in infotainment technology. That's very, very important to Chinese consumers. So for the interior in this car, the new car adopts a full large LCD instrument panel with a floating multimedia display that's been integrated into the central console. Now, apparently this car is going to come with 64 color ambient lights, as well as Huawei's intelligent driving system, a 77 gigahertz millimeter wave radar, and a large wide-angle camera to achieve level 2 assisted driving. The word is on the market as well. Volkswagen plans on acquiring Huawei's automated driving unit for a number of $1 billion. So clearly they're planning on using Huawei technology in their EVs in China going forward, which would put them back up to be able to compete with, well, all their Chinese competitors. So that, I believe, is the plan for Volkswagen: acquire Huawei's full self-driving unit, or not full self-driving, but working on full self-driving unit, acquire their technology, start to use that technology in the interiors, and come back up to being able to compete with their local competitors. Now, honestly, for this price, would you buy one? You'd have to be, come on, $20,000 for this car with that size battery, that kind of performance. I mean, it's not poor performance. It's got decent amount of power, decent amount of torque, good size battery, looks good on the outside, looks good on the inside. Honestly, this may be one of the best value EVs for sale on the face of the earth right now. If Volkswagen had this vehicle for sale in Europe, in the United States, in Canada, in Australia, in pretty much any country, and they were selling this thing for even, let's say, 20% more than this price, that, what are we looking at, $24,000, they could literally sell millions of these, millions. So maybe that's what Volkswagen actually plan on doing, considering they're essentially building a gigafactory to manufacture this brand of cars, and then a battery factory next door. And they recently acquired Goshon High Tech, giving them massive access to the best LFP technology on the face of the planet. Well, maybe that's part of their plans. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section below. And also let me know, would you buy one of these cars if you could get one for the price I just mentioned? So say 20% more than they're selling in China, $24,000 with those specifications. You'd have to think about it, right? Surely. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again on the next one.